We are told that the road network is the ultimate monument to modern civilization, a permanent, concrete blueprint of human conquest over nature. Millions of cars move daily across a flawless grid of interstate highways, guided by bright green signs and digital GPS satellites that promise we can never truly get lost. But maps are inherently deceptive. They only show you what survives. Deep beneath the canopy of national parks, buried under shifts of desert sand, or rusting silently behind rusted chain-link fences marked with government no trespassing signs, lies an entirely different America. A sprawling, phantom network of abandoned infrastructure, decommissioned state routes, bypassed interstates, and ghost roads that were systematically erased from the official atlases. These aren't just old paths that fell out of use. They are historical crime scenes. Each one represents a sudden economic collapse, a catastrophic environmental disaster, or a deliberate government cover-up that forced thousands of travelers to vanish from the route forever. Before we uncover these forbidden pathways and unlock the classified coordinates of America's erased grid, please follow our channel and subscribe to Thalvex for more deep dives into lost history. Let's step off the map and venture onto the roads that time was forced to forget. To understand how a highway dies, you must first understand how it breathes. In the early to mid-20th century, American highways were the lifeblood of the nation's economy. Route 66, Lincoln Highway, the U.S. route system. These weren't just transit corridors, they were living ecosystems. Every gas station, quirky roadside diner, and mom-and-pop motel depended entirely on the predictable, slow-moving rhythm of two-lane traffic. If a car slowed down to look at a neon sign, a local family could afford groceries for the week. The road was a community. But in 1956, the horizon changed forever. With the signing of the Federal Aid Highway Act, the American government prioritized speed, efficiency, and military mobilization over local commerce. The new interstates were engineered to bypass towns entirely, isolating them behind massive exit ramps and high-speed concrete barriers. The economic impact was violent, calculated, and instantaneous. Within months of a new interstate opening, traffic on the old parallel highways dropped by up to 90%. Diners went dark. Gas pumps rusted shut. Whole towns became economic ghost towns overnight, their main thoroughfares transforming into decaying strips of asphalt that the county simply stopped maintaining. Over decades, nature did what the planners started. It began to digest the concrete. Our first coordinate takes us deep into the Appalachian Mountains of Pennsylvania. Opened in 1940, the Pennsylvania Turnpike was hailed as America's first superhighway, a masterpiece of modern engineering that utilized old unfinished railroad tunnels to cut directly through the treacherous mountain ridges. It was the pride of the nation, but by the 1960s, this marvel faced a fatal systemic flaw: bottlenecks. The tunnels were only wide enough to accommodate 2 lanes of traffic, while the rest of the highway had expanded to 4. On holiday weekends, the turnpike became an absolute parking lot. The solution? The government spent millions to bypass a 13-mile stretch of the highway entirely, digging massive new open-air mountain cuts and leaving the old alignment behind. In 1968, with no public warning, a 13-mile section of the finest superhighway in the world was completely abandoned. The gates were locked. The lights inside the tunnels were turned off forever. Walking down this forgotten stretch of highway today is a surreal, unsettling experience. For miles, the 4-lane highway sits completely intact, but totally silent, cutting through an empty forest. The massive Sidling Hill and Rays Hill tunnels stand like giant concrete mausoleums. Inside these subterranean voids, the temperature drops drastically, and the silence is absolute. The government occasionally used this isolated, high-security ghost road to test top-secret military vehicles and train tactical teams away from public eyes. It is a multi-million-dollar monument to progress, left to decay in total isolation. While some highways are abandoned due to poor planning, others are violently reclaimed by the earth itself. Welcome to Centralia, Pennsylvania, home to the infamous State Route 61. For decades, Route 61 was a busy, vital artery connecting bustling coal mining communities. But beneath the tires of unsuspecting motorists, a slow-burning apocalypse was already underway. In 1962, an underground coal vein caught fire. The flames spread deep into the subterranean tunnels, raging completely out of sight. By the late 1970s and early 1980s, the ground became dangerously unstable. The basement floors of local homes registered temperatures over 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Carbon monoxide began leaking into the local school classrooms. Then, the highway itself began to buckle. The extreme heat from the subterranean inferno literally melted the structural base of Route 61. Massive sinkholes opened up instantly, swallowing segments of the road and exposing glowing, hot underground caverns. The state government realized the area was entirely impossible to save. The town of Centralia was completely condemned, its postal code was deleted, and Route 61 was permanently rerouted around the burning zone. The old section was closed off, but it couldn't be buried. Today, toxic sulfur fumes still escape from the cracked asphalt, a physical reminder that beneath this ghost road, a hellish fire is expected to burn for another 200 years. Travel thousands of miles west into the Sonoran Desert of California, and you will find a ghost road swallowed not by fire, but by toxic water. This is the remnants of the old State Route 111, running along the edge of the Salton Sea. In the 1950s and 60s, the Salton Sea was a thriving paradise. Route 101 bustled with tourists, convertibles, and high-end developers building luxury yacht clubs along the water's edge. It was seen as the future of desert luxury. But the lake had no natural outlet. Runoff from nearby agricultural fields filled the water with massive amounts of salt, fertilizers, and toxic pesticides. The water level began to fluctuate wildly, flooding the surrounding infrastructure. The paradise rapidly transformed into an ecological nightmare. Mass die-offs of millions of fish left the shores covered in rotting bones, creating an unbearable stench that drifted for miles. The water rose up violently, completely submerging sections of the original Route 111 and its beachfront properties. The state eventually retreated, moving the highway further inland to escape the toxic tide. Today, the old highway sits half-drowned in a dead sea, its cracked asphalt encrusted in a thick, white layer of salt, a haunting reminder of what happens when human engineering completely loses its gamble against nature. As we dig deeper into the history of America's ghost roads, a darker question begins to surface. Were some of these highways designed to be abandoned from the very beginning? During the height of the Cold War, the design of the American interstate system wasn't just about moving civilian commerce. It was heavily dictated by strict strategic military defense requirements. Under the secret direction of the Department of Defense, certain highways were constructed with massive, perfectly flat, straight concrete stretches spanning at least 2 miles. The hidden tactical intent was simple. If a Soviet nuclear strike successfully obliterated major American airbases, these straight highway stretches could instantly be closed off to civilian traffic and utilized as emergency tactical runways for nuclear bombers and fighter jets. But along these strategic routes, the military built hidden infrastructure that the public was never supposed to see. Scattered across the remote wilderness of states like Montana, Wyoming, and Maine, old bypassed routes hide rusted, overgrown military turnouts and hidden bunkers. These were tactical staging areas, designed to hide mobile nuclear missile launchers under the thick forest canopy during a national alert. When technology evolved and satellite tracking made these land-based hiding spots completely obsolete, the military quietly decommissioned the surrounding road networks. They built new, high-speed bypasses miles away, leaving the old strategic paths to be swallowed by the woods, taking their dark Cold War secrets with them into the soil. Our final stop brings us to the rugged American West, to a place where the road didn't just die, it was completely claimed by the abyss. This is the old Black Canyon Highway, carved directly into the vertical stone walls of a deep mountain gorge in the early 1900s. This highway was considered an absolute miracle of human willpower. It was the only route through a treacherous mountain pass, a terrifying, narrow path where a single steering error meant a fatal 1,000-foot plunge into the jagged rocks below. For decades, brave truck drivers and terrified families navigated this narrow shelf, their tires running inches from the edge of the vertical cliff face. But the canyon was alive, and it constantly retaliated against the intrusion. Deadly rockfalls were a daily occurrence, crushing cars and trapping travelers inside the dark gorge for days. Landslides regularly wiped out entire sections of the path overnight. Eventually, the state admitted defeat. In the late 1960s, a massive multi-billion-dollar project tunneled directly through the heart of the mountain itself, constructing a modern, safe, enclosed interstate high above the gorge. The old Black Canyon Road was permanently locked away behind heavy iron gates. Today, it is one of the most dangerous and inaccessible ghost roads on Earth. Massive boulders sit undisturbed on the crumbling asphalt, and large sections of the road have completely slid off the cliff face, tumbling into the deep river below. It stands as a silent monument to a time when driving across the country was a dangerous gamble with life and death. Every year, the official maps of our world are updated. New lines are neatly drawn in bold, bright ink. New routes are uploaded to global digital cloud servers, and our GPS devices recalculate our journeys flawlessly. But if you look closely past the exit ramps, beyond the warning signs, and beneath the thick forest floor, you will find the physical remnants of the world we left behind. These lost American highways are more than just cracked concrete and rusted signs. They are a profound, sobering reminder of the fragile nature of human progress. They prove that our greatest engineering achievements, our busiest economic hubs, and our most secure military routes are only temporary loans from the earth beneath us. When the traffic stops, when the money dries up, or when the environment violently rebels, nature doesn't hesitate. It quietly, systematically begins to erase our coordinates from the map. The ghost roads will always be out there, hidden in the shadows of the modern grid, waiting in the silence for the rest of the world to catch up to them. Thank you for exploring the hidden files with us. Make sure to follow Thalvex, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Which erased highway would you dare to explore? Until the next file is unlocked, keep your eyes on the horizon.